Here we go. We are jumping off on a spring trip. Feels great to be on the water. We're going to be exploring a chain of backcountry lakes that aren't too far from my cabin. Moose here, black bears, wolves, and deer. So very, very beautiful region of Ontario, the Algoma country. Got my brother Ted here, and of course we brought North along. We're going to be chasing speckled trout or brook trout and lake trout and maybe even some splake. There's a lot of natural wild trout back here and maybe a couple stocked lakes as well. Really looking forward to this trip. The ice just went off the lake here only 2 days ago, so this is very much an ice out trip. Not a soul in sight. Looks like we're gonna have most of these lakes to ourselves. One of the challenges on these kind of trips is the cold and the cold water temperatures. We just got to make sure that we keep our canoes right side up, because if you tip in this water when you're far from shore, you get hypothermia really quickly. But at this time of year is when the trout fishing is great. So really cool to be exploring a backcountry chain of lakes that are close to my cabin.
What a beauty day we had. We're really lucking out here. Some past years for ice out, we've had some pretty nasty weather, so I feel like we're due, but fingers crossed it keeps up.
Just stopped to take a few casts here where this tributary comes into the lake. A lot of the time when there's some moving water, a tributary will bring in oxygenated water and potentially some food, just insects and stuff that get washed into the creek. So it's usually a decent place to take a few casts. But no luck. I'm not going to put in a ton of time here. What time is it? 1:30, yeah. Well, it's all right, because then by the time we finish the portage and get to camp, it'll be like prime fishing hour. Yeah. Well, here we are. We're at our first portage. Solid freaking 10K paddle, but not too hard. We didn't really beast mode or anything. We have a feeling that once we get back into these lakes, we're going to be doing pretty good with fishing. We'll see though. But right now we got our work cut out for us. We have a long portage to get back to the next lake. Go on, North. Go on. North loves the portages. Stretch the old legs. Oh. Okay. Well, so far so good. Portage trail is pretty well maintained, really. How you doing, Ted? You hurt yourself? What's that? Oh. Ted's got a sore back, and we actually changed up this route a little bit. We were gonna start from my cabin, but we found an easier way in by road. And the reason Ted wanted to do that was because his back has been bugging him quite a bit, and that route would have had some serious portaging and some unknowns. My shoulder's been sore too, so I'm just hoping, my shoulder's been doing all right. I'm just hoping that you know, Ted's okay. Oh, I see the lake. As always, a sight for sore eyes. And this is how you do it. This is how you get on good speckled trout fishing, is you portage. Seeing that lake there means my first speckled trout of the year is that much closer. Yes. Still gotta go all the rest of my stuff though. Trip done. I don't know, this might be harder than the canoe. Brought a lot of stuff. Feel like packing light is something you do when you have more time. Probably could have taken an extra bit to pare this down, but at least we know We'll be safe back there. Lots of warm clothes, and traveling a little heavier usually means that it's safer, usually. Pretty sick, eh?
Yeah.
North, in the boat. In the boat. Okay, one portage done ski. First portage of the trip, you always have the most weight because you have all your food, any adult beverages, and all your fuel and whatnot. So you're always carrying the most, and that's probably the longest portage of our entire trip too. So good to get it out of the way. We got this gorgeous backcountry lake all to ourselves. There looks like a nice place to camp right over here, so I think I'm gonna ditch some of our gear there. This is where we're gonna be camping. And then paddle down and fish the inflow of the lake and the outflow and just pick our way along the shore. I think with any luck, we'll land a trout or two. In the boat, in the boat. Go on, in the boat. Okay, well, I'm just pushing off from camp. We got the tent set up and we're gonna see if we can't catch a trout. The best spot in the lake to fish is at the far end where there's two beautiful inflows very close together, but we don't want to paddle that far. So hopefully we can come up with something a little closer to camp here. So I'm just trolling along and I'm gonna try to fish the outflow. This is a new paddle. This is an H2O paddle and it's made to my specs. Should be for sale now. It's called the Baird Backcountry Paddle by H2O. And it's just beautiful. This is my first time paddling with it. So we have not caught anything. I stopped and took a few casts at a beaver lodge and trolled down the shore, you know, casting into shore and what looked like a few good spots and just nothing. So it's kind of disappointing because usually after you paddle, you know, 10K and do a big portage like that into a lake that's supposed to have trout, you know, you usually do pretty well. But I haven't given up yet. We're coming up to the inflow here, so maybe we'll have some more luck there. Well, Ted has hooked into the first fish. How does it feel? That's exciting, just when we were starting to think that we were not gonna catch anything. Yeah! A brook trout, a native brook trout. That's awesome. Yes, Ted. Yeah! Let me get a look at this thing. Trolling with a number 4 spinner.
I cast it out.
That looks like a splake, dude.
It hit almost as soon as it touched the water. Let's have a look at her.
Yeah, you're... Nice fish, Ted. That's a beauty.
We got a fish.
Oh. Well, we are back at camp and I got a little boo-boo I got to take care of. Nothing serious, but when I'm using the double blade, I don't usually use it, and I don't really have a callus on the top of my thumb here, and it's kind of a tender spot, and when you're rotating the paddle against there, you get blisters. So I got one blister here that's popped open. Now these things, like, this isn't a big deal, obviously, this boo-boo, but when you're out here, little injuries get magnified compared to, you know, if you're back in town. So I have this new first aid kit right there. It's made by Nanuk, and it's in one of Nanuk's amazing waterproof cases. When you bring first aid stuff out, and if you get cut or you get a bad injury and you have to change out your dressing every day, you start going through stuff faster. So this is a great first aid kit for 1-2 people for a shorter trip. But yeah, everything's organized in here. It's super light, and you don't have to worry about getting wet or anything like that. If you get your first aid kit wet, you can be in a lot of trouble. So I've been using Nanuk cases to haul around my camera gear for years, and they're bomb proof, but Nanuk's actually coming out with a trail series. They have these first aid kit, and the trail series are just going to be really durable plastic cases for your outdoor gear, fishing tackle or whatever. So I'm going to be using that on some of my future trips as well. But yeah, great to have. Don't forget your first aid kit. Gunshot. Well, it is the morning of day 2 of our trip. Just got some coffee going. I got the tent taken down and my bag all packed up. The way I do things is a little different than most people. I actually like to get my kind of tent taken down and sleeping bag and ground pad packed away before I eat breakfast, and that way after I eat breakfast I get on the water sooner after, and I can use those calories for a longer period of time while traveling. Otherwise you kind of get hungry sooner and you have to stop and eat something. A lot of the time on these shorter like spring trout trips where we're trying to travel a little bit lighter, although we haven't really been doing that, but I don't bring a food barrel. I bring a bag, and this is a new one that I got here. This is by Adotec. They're a good Canadian brand, and this is a bear bag. This is a bear safe bag. This is a 20-liter one, and whatever it is, it's an ultralight material, and bears cannot break through this. It also is waterproof as well, so you could even use it for multiple purposes, hauling water if you needed to, even putting fish in it that you caught and stuff like that. And of course you can just wash it out. So that's what I've been using on this trip, and I think it's great, and this just tucks into another bag easily for portaging and whatnot. So great thing for these shorter canoe trips, great for backpacking trips and stuff like that too. So check it out, Adotec. Yeah. In the boat, go on. Go on. Good boy. An abrupt entry. Well, Ted and I don't have terribly far to make it today. So we stayed up late last night and had an epic meal, and we're hoping to complete probably a pretty challenging portage and get into where the fishing will be good. But first we gotta paddle down this lake, and not much wind, not many clouds. So beautiful, beautiful day. You never know at this time of year. Sometimes you can just really get hammered with nasty weather. So we're lucking out. I love paddling with the single blade. Like the double blade's great in wind and big lakes and it's faster, but it just doesn't feel like canoeing, you know? Like this is just so much more peaceful. You're not moving as much, you're not splashing everywhere. It's quieter, it's more stealth. The boat moves in a different way. It just feels like a different sport, really. Well, Ted's hooked into another one. Yeah. Now I'm starting to feel like I should have one though.
It's caught a nice splake, just cruising around that point, shallow water.
Yeah, the splake are a hybrid that are planted. They're stocked by the ministry, but they're a hybrid between a speckled trout and a lake trout. And that one looked like a perfect combination between the two. The way you can tell is by the tail. The lake trout have a deeply forked tail, and the brook trout or speckled trout have a square tail, and the splake are somewhere in between. Anyways, what we haven't been doing is getting to the Portage. So we probably should do that and get into a lake that's better fishing too while we're at it. Okay, come on. Well, this Portage is proving to be pretty hard. Not as long as the last one, but a few up hills, a few leg breakery boulder fields you have to go through. But yeah, oh, I can see the water. We're almost there. Now, we're gonna be getting on to some native trout. Which way to go, I don't know. This way. Almost there. There it is. Well, I'm there. No breaks. Bag feels way lighter. Drank a couple beers, ate a bunch of food, and makes a big difference. We are now 2 lakes into the backcountry and quite a bit of portaging to boot. And this is a true wild trout lake. So I'm thinking my luck's gonna change and Ted won't outfish me. But I'm getting kind of hungry, so maybe we can get a shore lunch going here. And we don't need to make it to a different lake, so we can basically poke around this lake, you know, trying different spots, paddling around the lake for the rest of the day, and give it a good shot. So hopefully we can come up with something, but it looks beautiful. All right, well, here we are on another lake. This is the lake that we're gonna actually be camping on. I have some notes here on one campsite on this lake, but that's it. So I'm probably gonna jump on that and then essentially fish the rest of the lake. Lot of fish on here, baby. Just trolling using my little Williams spoon. Oh, it's a good size. Oh my God, dude, it's a huge brook trout. Yeah! Woo! Hell yeah! Let's get a look at this guy here. Are we keeping this one?
I don't know.
It's a lake trout.
Oh, it's a lake trout.
Yeah, it just has really brook trouty looking colors.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. That is a nice speckled trout right there. Caught it on this Williams spoon. Very small Williams wobbler. Yeah! We're on the fish, baby! What do you think, dude? Looks pretty sick. Look at it. Okay, just trolling, Got my little Williams wobbler spoon, tipped with a little bit of piece of a worm. We're just gonna fish for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and then we're gonna probably stick around on this lake for tomorrow and explore the lake more and see if we can't hit a few other good spots, and then move on our way the day after. Oh, dude, as a laker?
Yeah,
Oh my God, bro, huge. Look at that laker. All right, what a beauty. Keep. Well, we jumped out of the canoes and we're just walking along the stream that connects the next two lakes on our route. We're gonna just go check out what looks like a nice pool and see if we can't catch something. Well, I took a few casts at this first pool here, and weird that I didn't come up with anything because it looks so good. So maybe, you know, the trout are coming into the shallower rapids. Can't imagine that there wouldn't be trout here, but anyways, I'm gonna try a little further down at the base of the next little rapid. Come on, North, in the boat, in the boat. Go on, in the boat, go on. Good boy. Well, we fished till late in the evening again, and we're heading back to camp. Got a nice lake trout to add to dinner. Speckled Lake. Splake, Speckle, Lake. Man, yeah, that Splake is good, dude.
Yeah.
That is good. Well, it is time for bed. Just a really beautiful spot here. Great to be out here with Ted, and North is having a blast too. So far, so good. But I think I want to get into some more fishing. I think that, you know, I need to like smash a few more fish to really feel fulfilled. So hopefully that happens at the end of the day tomorrow before moving on. And then we have a good bit more country to explore, some more portaging, some new lakes, and yeah, so I'm excited about that. Anyways, nighty night. It is a really windy morning today, and we were looking forward to sort of exploring this lake and fishing it hard. So I just moved back into the bush here because it's super windy. This is way warmer and better back here, but still pretty chilly this morning. And I'm just gonna whip up my coffee and whatnot and oatmeal, and fingers crossed that the wind dies down a bit, and then we're gonna start just fishing this lake. So I'm looking really forward to it, and I think there's a good chance you're gonna see us catching, despite the weather, you're gonna see us catching some really beautiful trout today. Legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, it said, never gives up a dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. Okay, North, in the boat. Go on, in the boat. Well, I made it across the bay. Wind's making things challenging, but I'm just paddling past a stretch of crushed rock here. And that rock continues into the lake. So this is in the fall. This would probably be a place where lake trout would spawn. Lake trout spawn on crushed rock about 3 meters deep. And that's one of the reasons why damming lakes can mess up the lake trout population, because it changes the depth of their spawning beds, makes them too deep. And you can see the crushed rock all in here. Well, we just gave up on that creek and came back out here, and Ted's gonna blow halfway across the lake by the time he lands it, but he immediately hooked into what seems like a nice fish. It was worth a shot going up there. Oh, just got bites, Ted. There it is. Got one. Yep. Yes, Action Jackson, baby. Oh, the Lakers were deeper down than I thought, and we trolled right back over where I saw them. Sure enough, managed to hook into one. Oh, nice keeper-sized lake trout, Ted. Woo! Oh, look, it was barely hooked. This isn't one of the big ones I saw. Okay, well, there we go. That will be a welcome little addition to the lunch menu. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm using this small Williams spoon here again. Got one! Alright, got another one on here, baby. Doesn't feel particularly big. Let's see what it is. Another Laker. Bigger. Oh yeah! Woo! Good size, this one. All right, baby. We got a shore lunch. Honey, lake trout honey hole, eh? Where the big ones I saw are deeper, eh? Yeah, that's okay. We don't need any big ones. They're nice to catch, but if you're trying to fish for food, these ones are nice ones. Well, our plan is working, Ted. Take a closer look at this guy here. Nothing huge, but that'll do. Look at the golden colors on this one, eh? I don't think I've ever caught a trout that's this golden color before. What? I don't think I've ever caught a trout that's this golden. Oh, yes, buddy. Ted's just hooked into what looks like a nice one. What is it? Nice. Ted's hooked into another Laker. I'm gonna paddle over and have a look at Ted's fish. Oh, yeah. Well, Ted is over there. He's picked a spot somewhat out of the wind where we can have a shore lunch. Awesome just to see such a great fishery like this. Like, I was starting to think, oh, we didn't catch anything in that stream, and you know, Ted thought he had one, then it was a sucker. Are we gonna catch anything? Then all of a sudden I see 4 10-pounders. You know, Ted catches one, I catch 2, have a bunch more action in just a short period of time. So yeah, in spots, this is epic. Where should I pull up? Fish. Yeah. So the reason that these fish have different color meat has to do with what they eat. So for whatever reason, the same species of fish in a lake will focus on different food. Ones that have the orangey meat are eating like small aquatic crustaceans apparently, and ones that are eating more minnows have white meat like this one. So we're gonna try this white meat lake trout and orange meat lake trout side by side. We'll see if we can tell the difference. This is lard that I'm using here. Well, I'm glad we did this. Delicious shore lunch. I think this lake trout is better than the one we ate yesterday just because it's smaller. I'll tell you if there's a difference between the orange meat and the white meat. There is a difference. White's even maybe milder. Well, the wind is still gusting on and off. It doesn't know exactly what it wants to do, but it's seeming like it's kind of slowly drifting off. We're hoping. So that might open things up a little bit for us. And we're gonna catch some more brook trout. Tanks. We're gonna catch a tank.